Welcome to the very VARY Necessary Podcast.
All right. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast for free. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
How y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
We feeling good.
Feeling
How you
good.
feeling, Jim?
I'm doing good. What's been up with you, Yosh?
I'm just living life, staying sucker free, living fly.
Sucker free.
Sucker free.
Yes.
I'm talking.
Okay.
Anybody can be a sucker.
Okay.
And I ain't got the shit.
Really?
Suckers have
we
no
gonna
gender
start
roles.
already?
I'm just saying, I ain't no sucker. I ain't no
have
punk.
no gender
No,
roles.
I didn't say no names. I just said I'm
I'm just
staying
saying.
sucker free
She
and
said
living
sucker
fly.
can be anybody.
That is my self-care for myself, for my personal
Let
well-being.
me check on my baby. Hey, Susie,
Now.
how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's good.
I'm doing all right.
So we got Vaughn, Sue, Jen, and Yosh. And today's topic is communication. Let's talk about it.
Let's
Let the
talk
church
about
say amen.
Let
Amen.
the church
Hallelujah.
say
Amen.
So communication, Miss Webster's dictionary.
All right. So, communication is a noun. And the first definition of communication is the imparting or exchanging of information or news. At the moment, I am in communication with London. The second meaning, means of sending or receiving information such as phone lines or computers. The third meaning, the means of traveling or transporting goods such as roads or railroads. Interesting. I didn't know communication had that third meaning.
See? We learn something new every day.
Every day.
And that's a part of communication. Just
It
receiving that information is effective communicating
That's
and
right.
communication.
Okay, cut the chase.
Oh Lord, she on one already.
I'm just saying. I mean, we gonna keep it real in here today. I thought we was going to church. Now, what church you going to? You going to
Keep it real, AME Baptist.
We gonna do
Internet.
bougie ratchet elliptical 510
Okay.
communication.
Okay.
Now, is that what we're gonna do?
I mean,
So I feel like, and I appreciate the definition. I feel like because I'm always I guess with friendships and relationships, I feel like sometimes with communication as women, we don't effectively communicate properly, and men don't receive it. Well, I let me change that. I don't think men communicate properly.
I think you said it right
You
the
think-
first time.
you think I said it right?
All people
Well, yeah.
don't communicate properly.
right, because all people communicate according to how they feel or what they feel should be communicated versus what the other person, how the other person would receive it better. We're thinking solely based off of what and how we would receive it
Right.
or do it versus how the other person would receive it or do it.
You know what I just thought about?
What?
Sexual communication, because sometimes that's a give and receive too.
But the thing is,
Oh my
okay,
God.
Jennifer, I feel you. But the thing is, before you even get in that bed, you all should have already communicated verbally.
Exactly.
But
So
what if
that
you-
can be
What if you
better?
can't
No.
communicate? Like, let me give an example. So I know this guy that I dealt with, and we never had great communication, like talking, right?
But you had good,
But we had good chemistry
communication.
in the bed. Like our communication, like we were on that level. Like it was
that's toxic.
Yes.
Amen.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Amen.
So, okay.
Amen.
I agree that it's toxic, Sue, but I'm saying though, like, can you?
No, because that's toxic.
So what if I
you
just
cannot
want to?
communicate other than in that realm of your bedroom?
I don't need to deal with
section?
it.
Yeah. Because like
And this was a while ago.
that's all
Because
it is. How did we even get to the bed?
Right.
Well,
we
we
had to-
can't even have a
Communicate,
conversation with each other.
But maybe they don't want
But
a
the dick is
conversation.
amazing.
Maybe that is the only conversation. And then
I'm
they
sorry.
part
I
ways.
don't want that.
Well,
But-
I'm just saying though, like we are okay. So, and again, this is somebody I've dealt with in the past for the new boo.
Yeah, please put that disclaimer.
Yeah, I gotta put that out there.
Clean it
babes. This is somebody I dealt with in the past. This
Clean
is
it
not
up.
the new thing. This I'm telling you, this is just So, look, we would try to talk, we would argue, we would fight. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But we always could communicate when we are sexually involved and we have the pillow talk, and then after that we back to fighting again. And I can see that is toxic. I can see that. You're right.
So there are the 7 C's of communication. And I'm going to lean on you, Jen.
I don't like you.
You do. You
No, I
love me.
don't. You get
She
on my
really
nerves.
loves me.
I'm finna drink
I'm
this
her
wine.
bestie.
Watch this.
Give us them C's.
So the
Vaughn.
7 C's is to be clear,
Mhm.
We are clear
concise,
and
Mhm.
concise and to the point.
concrete,
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am. We stand on it.
correct,
It comes
Mhm.
correct.
coherent,
And I'm coherent every time he throw it.
complete, and courteous.
Right.
Courteous.
And nothing
courteous,
nothing
Sarah.
with those 7 C's is none of what she was talking about.
Wait a minute.
It didn't say consensual.
It's consensual, and I
That's
am
about it.
we are
That's about
concrete.
it.
I am.
So we got 8 C's.
I'm complete. All of that. I do all of that.
You know
Okay,
what?
so I guess we're talking about dysfunctional communication. Is that?
No, we were
No.
talking about just communication as a
As a
whole. You just decided to take it down the nasty road.
Well,
ma'am.
I'm just saying that's who I would be. No one else to. Okay, to my folks. Out of the group, I'm the sexual one. Everything's gonna relate to something sexual because I feel like it's needed. We need to be aware.
That lady name back in the day.
Eric Benet, Erica Benea, can you please bring it back? We're gonna talk about communication. We'll kind of go into that a little bit more later.
What's her name?
But however,
old
Dr.
lady.
Ruth?
Dr. Ruth.
Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, we don't need to go there kicking the door with it. Lord have mercy.
Okay, we're gonna kick the
So,
door down.
Everybody
feel
knows you
like-
like to get your eagle on.
I feel like a lot of friendships, relationships, career, type job situationships have been tainted or destroyed due to bad communication, ineffective communication. And I feel like this is like something major that we need to kind of like understand what we're doing wrong, how we can be better at it, how we can grow from it,
I know I said earlier about communication. What is effective communication for me? And that's comprehension. I
Absolutely.
cannot, it's many times when we are in conversations with people, and before they can end what they are saying, we have already formed what we're going to say next. So that means, am
You
I
ain't
listening?
listening.
Yeah, am I
Right.
listening? Because I'm already on
Yeah,
one,
you ready.
and I'm ready to pop in, and then that's when you cut them off, and everybody feels like you're not hearing me. Like really.
Usually when that happens, if you're trying to communicate, something has transpired where you've already developed your opinion about it. And it's also something that's been probably lingering time over time that you have not discussed. Does that make sense? What
But
I'm
I
saying?
get what Von's saying. If
yeah.
you talking over me and you ready to jump in and say what you got to say as
That's
soon as
because
I finish talking, you have
You
not even
haven't-
heard or processed what I have finished saying. You're going based off of what facts you've already known to be present before I even started
because
talking.
I want to, and I'm not, because I listen. I think I do.
No.
But there's a difference between listening and
A little
comprehending.
I
You
listen.
can listen
I receive it.
all day long, but are we understanding what
Right.
we're listening to? That is a problem.
Well, maybe the person that's communicating that to them is not a good communicator, meaning they are not able to explain or to give, make them understand what they're trying to say. Does that make sense? What I'm
kind of
saying?
when you go into so Vaughn, what you're saying is,
Right.
and then you repeat back to her what she's saying, and then you give her time to say,
Right.
well, yeah, that's what I meant, or no, that's totally not what I was going at,
Right.
going with.
And that's I think I'm good at that. I'll say, does that make sense? I always say that. That's like, and I think that's because that comes from my job. Customer service and training. Mm-hmm. Hey, does that make sense what I'm saying? Do you understand? And sometimes they take it as I'm belittling them, like you don't, like I'm not stupid, but
no,
I'm not. I'm trying to make sure that you understand what I'm saying.
Not only that, we have to know who we are speaking to, because a lot of times we already know that person, how they think,
right?
How they already process things naturally. So where am I going with this? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No,
because you're slow. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It's the wine for me. It's the wine for me.
Oh Lord!
I always believe that you're supposed to active listen, meaning that you're supposed to pick up on certain context clues while they are talking, so that you can remember to ask that question. So what I'm hearing you say is A, B, C, D, and you are right, Jennifer. We use it a lot now where I work, where we say, "Does that make sense?"
Yeah,
and it's sometimes with communication, like you say, it's different types of communication. I love this, Vaughn. I wrote this down because I'm going to use this about the 7 C's. I like that. Because you have to be clear, and it has to be some type of clarity and comprehension of what you're speaking of when you talk to the person.
Right.
So there can be a good understanding. That is why in the age that we live in now, I really don't like texting, especially what I feel that is important. Right. Like texting and email sometimes will mess up a friendship, i.e. relationship, business partnership, whatever. And I feel like if it's something of importance, you need to get on the phone or either Zoom now, Duo, or either meet face to face and talk
with your mask on.
Right. Practice social distancing. and have a conversation with that person, so the tone of the text or the email will not be interpreted as something negative. So I think
so easy.
Well, you know what I don't like?
So easy.
When you conversate with someone and you don't complete the the communication, when you're communicating how you feel or you have an issue and you try to resolve the issue, and then I know for me, I like to get things resolved because I'm one of those persons. I want to resolve it, even if it's not resolved. We're halfway there. I don't want to entertain it the next day to follow through the next week. I feel like every day is a new fresh start, so we shouldn't have to go through this the next day. It's almost like you in prison. We in prison together with this bullshit, and we going day after day after day. Let's talk about it. Let's duke it out. Let's complete it. Let's come to let's resolve it, and then we can go on to something else. But see,
and if it's not resolvable, y'all gotta agree to disagree,
right?
And be okay with that. I don't agree with the next day. I don't agree with that.
See, that's why I have a hard time with dating, because the communication now, the way the brothers and the men, it's not even brothers, it's men now, because all of them do it. I didn't say that. I didn't, like my friend, he'll say, I'm trying to tell you like this. And I'm like, well, what the fuck are you trying to say? Like, just say it. Stop trying to sugarcoat it and just say it.
Just say it.
Does that make sense?
Nobody is direct and upfront anymore. Everyone feels like they need to. Well, I'm going to just be honest with you. I feel like men don't want to be the culprit of anything. So they make situations to where they can bring something out of you. So let's say they're not feeling you no more.
Right.
They're going to try to do something to initiate fights, inconsistency within you.
It's you.
When really, it's all about them.
Right.
And they don't want to do this anymore. But they don't want to be the bad guy and say, hey,
I don't want to do this.
I'm just not feeling this anymore. It was great. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to respect your space and your time and just be 100 with you and say, I'm over this.
So you're saying communication and honesty holds on the same level? I would say so. Because I would say if you, and that's for women too, because we're guilty of that. We'll get a good guy. It's not like, you ever heard that song about Bad Boys Ain't No Good. No,
By Rihanna.
no, Mary J. Blige.
Oh yeah,
Good Boys Ain't No Fun.
Yeah.
And you get the fun guy and all of this, but you like, he's good, but it's just not what I want. I want a little thug in my life, you know. And
Until
we,
that thug bust you upside
know
your damn
that
head.
ain't what we need.
and no, it ain't what we need. And we hold on and we don't communicate it honestly that you're not what I'm looking for. You don't do it for me. You just don't do that for me. And men don't do that either.
No.
They'll hold you hostage for 3 years, 3.5 years. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Personal.
Oh, it does. It is. You'll hold me 3 years. And instead of telling me, and then this motherfucker sends me a song by Donnell Jones. Just give me, you know, what's the little song? What's the song? I left my baby girl a message.
Oh.
Who sends me that? And nigga, you could have just told me, right?
Classic.
Oh, Where I Want to Be.
Fuck boy.
Where I Want to Be.
Yes.
That song.
Okay. I don't want to leave. I'm not saying bye-bye.
You didn't want to be here when you got caught.
That's what it was. So all you had to do was be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, hey, this is not what I'm, and we could have communicated. Well, what is it that turns you off from this so that I can work on me a little better for the next guy that may come along. I don't understand why we have to.
It might not even be something that you need to work on for the next person. It could have just been him.
Because they want their cake and then they want to be able to eat it too. That's what a lot of people want to do. They want to preserve the relationship, yet they still want to do what they want to do.
Right. I agree with that.
And that is selfish.
Yeah.
Very.
Right.
So Jennifer, honestly, if he would have communicated that with you, or did he try to communicate it with you and you just did not see the signs? Meaning, now listen, because you have like 4 types of communication. Verbal, which we all have.
Right.
Non-verbal, which sometimes we don't pay attention, but we really need to pay attention to the body language.
Right.
When you're around people, and then you have the written and the visual.
Okay. So I'm gonna be honest. He will say something, but don't act on it. Does that make sense? So you'll say, I don't know if I'm ready. Well, let me say this first. And I say this to any man that I've dated. If you're honest and you communicate to me that you're not happy, or you'll be amazed. Or, I like you. I just want to chill with you, but I want to do some other stuff. You'd be amazed. And I tell men this all the time, and especially men I date, you'll be amazed what the woman would say. You have some women that will accept that shit. Mm-hmm. And you have some women like me, like, hell no. You can go head on. And because you told me, you can get the fuck on. Mm-hmm. But I think in that situation with this particular person, he would throw the rock, but then he'll go back to try to recoup the rock. So I just think I need some time. Okay, so you need some time. So I give you what you want, right? 2 days later, hey, I miss you. I want to talk to you. See, that's that bullshit. Does that make sense? Yeah. And that bothers. And I know for me, I don't know for all women, but I know for me, when you communicate what you want and you say that to me, I'm gonna give you exactly what you want. Okay, you need your space. I'm out.
Men can't. I'm not gonna say men, but people can't handle that.
You get what I'm saying?
They can't handle it.
You're gonna say you want your space, and then when somebody give it to you, you immediately like, well, she must be doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you must have wanted your way out of this,
right?
Because you seem to be like, bruh.
And it's not even that particular subject. I mean, that particular person. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But it's been several times that's happened.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I want my space, so I'm gonna give you what I want. So then 6 months down the line, well, I ain't mean it like that, Jen. Well, what the fuck did you mean? Because you said you need your space
for this,
right?
Yeah, let's stop playing.
We're over 40,
but I think
your space.
I think when Sue said the nonverbals, a man is going to show you whether he wants to be there or whether he doesn't want to be there,
right?
Mm-hmm. And I think we get so consumed that, well, he said he loved me. He said he want to be with me. But if he's not showing you he loves you, he's not showing you he wants to be there, he's not showing you he wants to be committed and respectful, then I wouldn't give a damn what you said.
Right, because love
is words to me. Yeah. And your words are just words. Mm-hmm. I am a the love language, the service lover. Oh yeah, show me just how much you love me, boo. I'm about to put you to work.
See, I'm a giver.
And you ain't a worker.
Right.
But when you a giver,
I get
how many people take advantage of the giver?
Yeah.
Because you got the takers that look for people like you and say, she free with that. Let me take, and then move on to the next. See, I don't give nobody nothing. You gonna work for this, and he gonna be so vested, he ain't gonna want to leave.
See, that's where I am now.
I'm getting there.
I've been there for a couple of years now.
Now the person I'm with now, he's a giver too. So it's gonna be hard for us, and we've tried to talk about that, communicate about it. He's a giver, I'm a giver, and so I give, and he gives, and we both like, oh, let me get it. We went to the outlet. Let me do it. So how do you, I mean, I don't know, but I do know that we call those, what my friend, he tells me those are called head games. When men do that, mind games and head games, where you don't communicate exactly, because that's, especially for women over 40, and that's not even women, that's everyone over 40. At this point, your life should be not even going to say pathed out, but you know what you want, what you want to do, and how you want to do it.
Yes.
I've been in the world for 46 years. So at this point, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to accept. I know what I'm not going to accept. And I know what it is to get those things. And all you got to do is be honest about your shit and communicate to me what it is that you want. I can either respect it, or I can say, I could be a dumbass.
I'm not your girl.
I'm not your girl. I mean, I don't understand that.
I mean, and I think, man, life would be so much easier if people stop playing games and just say what it really is.
Right. Especially if you've opened up your heart and you've given and this is not just for men, just for women to men. This is for everyone. I mean, it's some women out there. I know some of them. Them motherfuckers is dangerous.
But I think people who do that feel like they're losing out, or they don't know what the unknown is. So they rather be secretive about it.
Right.
Dishonest about it.
Right.
Not loyal about who they are. Because they are afraid of the unknown. They don't know how you're going to react. So they rather sneak in,
hide,
or
lie.
Don't communicate fully what's really going on.
Right.
And that's not fair.
Now I'm going to take it to astrology. I am a Scorpio, so I'm very mysterious. I don't lay my cards completely out on the table in front of anyone, especially early on in the relationship. There's a buildup. So you're going to give me something, and I'm going to give you something, or not. Maybe I'll let you lay all your cards out, and then I'll see what I'm working with, and I'll be like, I don't want none of that. Right. So to me, I am protecting myself. Now, I did not lie to you. I'm never going to paint the picture as though I want something that you say you wanted just to kind of stay in the game. But I am not going to put myself out there and open to just anyone.
No.
Like, you have to earn that from me.
I get that. I do. And I think that's the downfall, because I'm a communicator. I'm a talker. I'm a communicator. I want to get it resolved. I'm a fixer. I want to fix it. And I want you to know where I'm coming from. Like, so up front, like when I start a relationship, I'm like, hey, this is what I like. This is what I like to do. This is the type of job I have. This is, I lay it out there. Mm-hmm. Now, there are some things that I don't expose until later, because I got to make sure that I can trust you with my shit.
Right.
But I feel like, and I'm learning, and I get this from therapy. Again, I go to therapy every Friday from 6 to 7. I am learning how to be reserved and telling everything up front. And so that you can learn, that's a part of dating. And like I've always said, since we started this podcast, I'm not a good dater. I'm like, I know what I want to do. What you want to do?
You jump straight in.
I'm head first, because I'm helpless romantic. I believe in love. Like, I want to love. Like,
right. That you can't really say that, because I am the total opposite. Yet I still want to be a wife.
Right.
And I'm like cut through the chase. I know pretty much firsthand, can I live with this person the rest of my life off the 3rd, 4th date?
Right.
So, yeah, I could possibly be one to get married very soon. I mean, shoot, it ain't take me and my husband, what, 9 months after we got back together.
Well,
but that's because you knew each other prior to.
Right.
You can't do that to a stranger.
Yeah, I don't know, because my brother got married in like 6 months. No, 5 months.
Well, you have to be,
and they still married.
But they were on the same wavelength. They had to have been on the same wavelength.
I mean, I could see that, but I feel like as open and my communication is, and I can be aggressive. I'm an aggressive being.
We're going to admit that today.
I am.
So
I will.
Alpha female?
No, I'm not an alpha female. I'm very submissive. I'm very submissive.
I'm the alpha.
She the alpha.
I know you are.
I'm the wolf.
I am a submissive.
I am submissive
to
as
the
well.
T. Like, babe, what you need? What is it you want? What is it you need? I'm one of the chicks that you tell me, like my boo said, hey, he was going through his clothes and he was like, I got all these colors. And I was like, I didn't notice purple. I didn't notice a purple polo. I may be out shopping one day and see a purple polo and pick it up.
That's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be like that.
I'm not like that.
I am not like that.
Because I'm not like that.
Because when you see the snucker with his purple polo on
with another
in the street,
I'm a snatch. Take it. What's the thing you sent me the other day? Take it off. Take it off. Take that shit off right now. Take it off, bitch. Take it off.
See,
she took all her clothes off.
I don't know if I could do that. I don't shop for my men. So this is Yoshie speaking. I will not be your sugar mama.
I said if I'm in the relationship,
I'm not buying you no cologne.
See,
I'm
the
not
last
buying
time
no clothes.
I did that, we all were at the outlet, and I bought this joker some polo. Where we at now? Solo.
Split deal.
Last relationship I had, I bought a few items, but I be damn, I left out with one of the mugs. I said, I'm gonna get something back.
But with the communication, I'm the type person. I am a visual person and a nonverbal person. Right. That is my go-to communication style. I have to see how you act, and I have to see what you do. Mm-hmm. Words mean nothing to me. Right. If the action and the visual is not behind it.
Absolutely.
And I am that person first. I need to see.
Right.
And I need to visual. You have to show me something before I open up to you. And I mean, that can be a catch-22 because nothing is perfect. But
see, that's where I'm weak at.
Yeah.
Because I thrive off words. If you said it, I think you really meant it.
But then in the same token, the man is going to be like, well, I didn't see your visual and your effort. So that's why I didn't X, Y, and Z. So see, that could also come back to backfire in a sense on you, like if you don't see that from them. But I just put it out there, like, I'm gonna see if you want to be with me. You're gonna have to show me. I set that tone day one.
Yes, you have to set it day one. You have to set it immediately. Right. Because if you don't, you are setting yourself up for failure. Not from him, but from anything.
Right. So, and I'm a firm believer in communication, where the first time you tolerate something, somebody is going to continually try to be a habitual line crosser. Let's learn that phrase, ladies and gentlemen. Habitual line crosser. Why, she let me get away with this. Let me see if I can do a little bit more.
Because how many times have we seen things but never addressed it?
Right.
And it happens time and time until it flares up. And then that's when we can't communicate. Right. Because that person, I thought it was okay.
Right.
Never said anything before.
See, it was all right in the beginning because we so wanted to be in the relationship.
Right, that's it.
But now that we're into it and we into it too deep,
now you're not into
issue.
this. Oh, now this is a problem. Oh, this is a problem. It wasn't
and
a problem 3 months ago.
That's the problem with, I mean, when you're trying to, and I don't even want to say it's more of like relationship. I mean, I know that's where we are, but even with friendships, you know, I saw the most precious thing yesterday morning. And I thought in talking about communication, I just happened to think about this. I took my baby to, her birthday was last Friday. And so we made up for it yesterday morning. I took her and her best friend to Cracker Barrel, and then I took them to Surge. And when we were leaving, Morgan, which is Paisley's best friend, now they're 7 and 8. You know, she's trying to communicate with Paisley, and Paisley's just not hearing it. She was like, well, first, you know, Morgan's like, I don't want to go to Miss Roxanne's house. I want to go to your house. I want to spend the night. And I said, well, Morgan, I have some things I need to do. I don't have anyone to keep you. Gentry's not going to keep you. So, you know, so she's talking and I mean, she's very detailed. She's like, well, I can stay there and I won't say a word, or I can go with you. And, you know, and Paisley over here, like, so then they go into, since we're talking about communicating. So she's telling her how she feels. She's communicating to Paisley. Paisley said, well, Morgan, I mean, goodness, I could just come to your house next week. And Morgan's like, well, I don't want you to come because every time you come, you talk to Jade and you don't talk to me. You don't play with me. And so her response is, I mean, I like Jade too. I mean, I play with everyone at the house. I just don't understand where you are. So at this point, after Paisley said what she said, she done shut it off. Like, I'm not listening. And Morgan is still going. Like, I want you to be my friend.
Right.
And so then she gets full, like, I am your friend. It's just your sister's my friend too. And I talk to everyone in the house. She's like, Morgan, it's okay. I'll see you.
But Morgan is lacking.
So Morgan basically is stating, I would rather be with you at your house because then I can have you individually.
Right.
Versus if you come to my house, now I have to share you.
Right.
Yes. But she wasn't seeing that.
And that's the problem with communication.
Right.
She wanted to see it her way.
Mm-hmm.
And Morgan is trying to tell her, this is what I need from you.
Mm-hmm.
I need my friend. And even if you come to my house, I need my friend. And she's the sweetest. Oh my God, she's so sweet. But Paisley, that's your
He's a 7 and 8 year old.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so imagine
it once
adults.
Right. And that's what we do as adults. I have me. I'm telling you how I feel about it. This is what I need from you. Oh Lord, why? And then you over here, whatever. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm out.
Yeah.
I mean, does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Communications just is the epitome of a relationship.
It is. And if it's bad, I don't see a good outcome.
And then when you get mad and you go over there and burn up the house because you ain't communicated this shit, you ain't talking to me. All right, ladies, and I'm gonna need y'all to agree with me. So in your agreement, how you can agree with me is I need you to subscribe. I need you to share this message and hit that 5-star review to let me know that I'm on point with this. Because that's the truth. If you don't communicate it, then that anger builds up and then I'm mad. I'm mad as hell. I know me. And I'm not even like that. But I mean, you know, some of these dudes done took me out of character.
I think this is just such a broad topic. We're going to have to come back to this like at some point. Like we're really just going to have to break down the levels of the 7 C's.
Yes.
To really like get into effective communication and how we can like conquer it and establish better relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts with communication.
At the top.
It starts with an understanding.
You're right.
Because you can't even communicate if there's no baseline understanding.
And once you understand, commit to that. Commit to what you're going to, how are you going to communicate? Commit to,
or not.
This is what we're going to do. Or if you're not, I'm not going to do that. Like that, I ain't doing that. Okay, if you're not going to do it, just say it and we can move on.
Yeah. Stop holding people hostage. All right. So, we're going to break on that and we're going to come back on the second part of communication.
Yeah.
So, Susie,
roll us out.
Okay, I want everybody to have a wonderful week and remember to do something for your physical, mental, social, emotional health because self-care is very necessary.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
We out.
We out.